One thing to note is that every time we compile our code, we get a bunch of warnings from the compiler because most of the fields in our structs are not being used yet. So if we run cargo build, we see that the compiler outputs a bunch of warnings telling us that a lot of these fields in the request struct are not being used yet. Generally, this is very useful, but for our purposes, it creates unnecessary noise every time we build our project. We see that the compiler actually tells us that the warning on that code is on by default. We can actually disable the that code linter if we come back to the main.rs file, and on top of it, we can put a special attribute that we pass to the compiler. To do that, the syntax is a hash followed by a bank, and then in square brackets, we want to put the attribute that we want to pass to the compiler. In our case, we want to allow, and in the allow, we put that code. So now we are telling the compiler that we don't care about that code, and it should not warn us about it. If we come back to the console and we build the code again, we see that we only get one warning now, which is for an unused variable. But for our case, unused variables linter is quite useful, so we will keep it.